Hi guys, Dr. Mel. We're busy with acids and bases, and acids and bases are a type of a chemical reaction. There's a few other types of chemical reactions that we'll do. We're going to specifically concentrate on the neutralization when we throw acids and bases together. Now let's start with the acids. The acid we will now use will be a hydrochloric acid. So we're going to use hydrochloric acid with just a metal. Then we're going to throw hydrochloric acid with a metal oxide. Then we're going to take hydrochloric acid with a metal hydroxide and hydrochloric acid with a metal carbonate. In a practical lesson, which we'll do in the practical folder, you can actually see where we do each of these reactions. But it's important that you now are able to write down the specific reactions. Now let's have a look at an acid and just a metal. In this reaction, in this test tube, can you see there's the test tubes? We actually threw in just the metal. So here you can see a paper clip. There's a piece of iron and there's a piece of copper and there's a small piece of sodium on top of that solution. Now we've got the acid there and we're going to throw in the metal and then you'll see something happening. Now you know Arrhenius as well as Lowry and Bronsted said the acid will donate a proton or a hydrogen ion. So what will happen? We've got hydrochloric acid with, let's say, for instance, sodium. And if this hydrochloric acid donates the hydrogen, it will form hydrogen gas. And please bear in mind that in a previous lesson we did say it's a diatom. Two of the hydrogens will always be binding together. What remains now is the chloride from the hydrochloric acid with the metal. And can you see sodium chloride will now form? So the acid gave away the hydrogen and the rest of the acid bound to the metal. Now what we have here is that we've got sodium plus and chloride minus, you know the ions, and you need to balance your reaction, guys. Do you see the two hydrogens there? So I've got to enter with two hydrogens. It will then be two sodiums to give me my balanced reaction. The importance is that when I've got a metal there, I'll form sodium chloride plus hydrogen gas. And remember, the hydrogen is a gas, so it will evaporate. Let's go to the oxide. I've got an acid with a metal oxide. Now, if we use sodium as the oxide, you'll know I'll need two sodiums with one hydrogen. And can you see what's the oxide that's forming? The acid will again release the hydrogen, you know that. But do you see what you have here? I've got oxygen. And in your mind, you should now be able to see that the hydrogen and the oxygen will be forming what? Water. What remains is then the chloride there and the sodium there. And can you see sodium chloride forming? And that's what we call salt. So I've got acid providing me with the hydrogen. I've got the metal oxide providing me with the oxygen, and I now formed water. It's not balanced. Let's quickly write a balanced equation. If I had that and I'm forming this, I will form water. And if you balance this, can you see I've got two sodiums there? So that's two there. Can you see I've got two hydrogens there? So that's there. And it should be balanced now. Let's quickly check. I'm quickly going to show you. I've got two hydrogens, two chlorides. I've got two sodium, and one oxygen and one oxygen. Right, let's go to the hydroxide, the where is it now? The hydroxide. There we have it. The hydroxide is a OH group with a metal. I'm going to use again hydrochloric acid. I'm going to use sodium hydroxide. And remember, in your mind, you're seeing the sodium ion bound to the hydroxide ion. 1 to 1. What do you see here? The hydrogen will be coming from the acid again, leaving me with the chlorine or the chloride now. And you'll see I've got an OH, and that was Arrhenius's previous definition. So he said the base will give me an hydroxide. Can you see you'll form water here? And what will remain? Well, the sodium and the chloride will form sodium chloride. You just need to balance it. Let's quickly write down a balanced equation. That's very important, guys, because you need to learn balancing. Let's have a look. Can you see I've got an H there as well as an H there? So that's balanced. I've got one oxygen and one sodium and chloride. I've got that covered. Very important. What did we form? Well, if we go back to this, we formed sodium chloride plus water. What did we form here? We formed sodium chloride plus water. Can you see? Here I had an oxygen and a hydrogen. Here I had a hydroxide and a hydrogen. Let's go to the last part of the 4 reactions that you've got to know. I've got an acid and I've got a metal carbonate. Now let's write down those two. I've got HCl. I've got a metal, sodium for instance, carbonate, and remember, sodium being that and carbonate being that. Can you see I'll need 2 sodiums because I've got a -2 charge there. So that will be sodium carbonate. And can you see what will be released from the acid again? The hydrogen. What will happen here is that the one oxygen will bind to the hydrogen to form water. But the other oxygen will remain on the carbon to give me carbon dioxide. And then the remainder, sodium, will bind to the chloride to give me sodium chloride. It's not balanced. Let's quickly write down a balanced reaction. I've got hydrochloric acid with sodium carbonate. It's giving me sodium chloride plus carbon dioxide plus H2O. That will be the balanced reaction. 2 sodiums, 2 sodiums, 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, CO3, CO2, and 1 is 3. So it's quite easy to memorize these. Now let me quickly show you what's happening in this reaction that we now did. I've got in a little test tube here, I've got baking powder. So what we have, you get this at home. You can actually buy this. This is bicarbonate of soda. So I put this into this test tube and I'm now going to put an acid into it. The acid I'm going to use is vinegar. But I want you to see what is forming in this test tube. I'm going to just drip a little bit. And can you see there that it's nice gases being released? And that's exactly what we wrote down now. So what we did is we actually said there'll be a release of carbon dioxide and then water. And that's very important that you know each of these. We did 4 reactions. Acid, acid, acid. What did we do with it? We threw in just the metal, then the metal oxide, then the metal with a hydroxide, and then the metal with a carbonate. Now, the important thing is, guys, that you know what forms. And in all 4 cases, a salt, sodium chloride, was one of the products. In the first reaction, we only produced hydrogen gas. But in all the other 3, you actually produced water. And that's where the neutrality comes in. It is now neutral. You took an acid here and you took a base that side and you actually neutralized it. It's in the middle now. It's not acid and it's not base anymore. It's now a neutral substance that formed. Now let's have a look at the salt. Here we've got salt that you find on the table. You throw it over food. That is in actual fact sodium chloride. So how will sodium chloride form? We did it just now. If we need chloride, so we'll need hydrochloric acid and we'll need sodium. Can you see there? So to get the sodium, you will either use sodium oxide or sodium hydroxide or sodium carbonate. In all three cases, we made the salt sodium chloride. Let's go further. If I've got any acid, the acid will provide me with an H+. But the rest of the acid, either the chlorine, either the sulfate, either the nitrate, will remain. And what will that do? It will actually bind to what's remaining of the base. Let's say the base was OH, and in our case we use sodium. Can you see this will be bound to that substance, and you'll now find ions. Now important, what will these ions be called? The negative ion, can you see? We have chloride, sulfate, nitrate, comes from the acid. And that is called an anion. You need to know it. When it's a negative, and I always remember it that way. Negative anion. Do you see that in there? So the chlorine, the sulfate, and the nitrate represented the anions. The positive ion came from the metal. Can you see here? We used sodium, or we could have used magnesium. We could have used copper. Whatever metal you're using will be the positive ion, and that's a cation. Now, some people say to me, a cat is positive. You can think of whatever way to remember this. The easier way is to remember an ion is negative, so the opposite, the positive, should be the cation. Right, let's have a look at the neutrality. So what we have here is that we've got the acid and we've got the base. They will then form a salt. And as we previously said, we've got the acid. And why I'm drawing it this side is when we have a look in our next lesson at pH, you will see that the base will go from a high pH, as high as 14, to about 7 when it's added to the acid, which is around 0. So the neutral pH will be in the area of 7. And we've got indicators to help us with that. Have a look. I've got gastric acid here. That's HCl. Can you see the pH? 1. I've got lemon juice. I've got apple juice. All of them quite strong acids. Can you see the pH here? Very low. Tomato juice, black coffee, and then milk. Milk, can you see there? And eggs and pure water, almost neutral. On the other side, can you see here? I've got concentrated sodium hydroxide. We'll get to alkalis later on. I've got bleach there. You remember NH3. I've got ammonia there. I've got soaps and baking soda, which I showed you. So you've got 14 this side and 0 on your pH scale. And when you add acids and bases together, you form this neutral solution. So can you guys identify the 4 reactions that we did? I'm just going to quickly tell you. It's an acid plus what? A metal, an oxide, and a hydroxide, and finally the carbonate. You need to know that. They're not going to tell you what the reaction is. They're just going to say you're throwing this with that, and you've got to define that. You've got to be able to define a salt and identify the salts that's forming, and then the ions. And remember what we said just now, you get an anion, which will always be the negative ion. And you get the cation, and you know it's always the positive ion. I hope you enjoy working with acids and bases, because when you are in a kitchen, when you are working in industry, we will be surrounded with these types of reactions. Bye.